So, everybody, how's the government coming along and telling you about all the sewage that the government sewer systems are dumping into the environment? How is it that the government itself can dump billions upon billions upon billions upon billions upon billions upon billions of gallons of raw human sewage and billions more gallons of toxic industrial wastes into the Great Lakes, Mississippi River, the St. Lawrence Seaway, the Hudson River, the Potomac, the Chesapeake, the Ohio River, Lake Champlain's a giant mess, and the Finger Lakes, and all these sewage treatment plants that are dumping into America's waterways daily, billions upon billions upon billions upon billions of gallons of raw human sewage. How is it that the government's getting away with using their sewer systems and their, discharge pipes to contaminate our environment while everybody's got to wear face masks and social distancing and hand sanitizer and all this other stuff that Donald Trump and Andy Cuomo, Dr. Fauci, and the Surgeon General is demanding everybody practice? I got a question for Donald Trump and for Andy Cuomo. What's up with all the sewage in New York Harbor, in the East River, in Chicago, and all the massive dumping into Lake Ontario, Lake Erie, Lake Superior, Lake Michigan? I mean, what's going on with the St. Lawrence Seaway? The Canadian government's dumping so much sewage in the St. Lawrence, it staggers the mind. Now, ladies and gentlemen, animals and birds go in and out of the water and carry these viruses inland and spread them all over the place. And then, of course, you've got these floods when the rivers break out of their banks and they spread that garbage all over the landscape. And let's see, what else? Boats moving up and down the waterways. I just don't know where Governor Cuomo and CNN and ABC and NBC and Fox, I don't get it. Why have they dropped the ball? Why don't they want to talk about it? Is it because the government's sewers are spreading the infections and the death? What do you think about that, Donald John Trump? The government's sewage systems are dumping this stuff all over the place. Dr. Fauci, come on, dude, chime in here with the Surgeon General in the CDC. And oh, gee, golly whiz, where's the World Health Organization? Why isn't the World Health Organization discussing all this combined sewage overflow? All over America, all around the world. From Mexico City to India, Pakistan, China, Taiwan, Korea, London, England. The Thames River's full of this stuff. It goes on in Australia. It's all over the world. Donald John Trump, you paying any attention, pal? Let's get the Attorney General and the FBI. And, Letitia James, the Attorney General for the state of New York. Let's get the EPA and the Centers for Disease Control and the Army Corps of Engineers. Let's discuss this with the American public. And one of my favorite little buddies is Judge Terrence W. Boyle in the federal courts in Raleigh, North Carolina. Come on, Judge Terrence Boyle. Let's get the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals and the U.S. Supreme Court. Let's discuss this massive contamination of America's environment by the government, which is going on every day and is a continuing nuisance. It's a continuing hazard, Judge Terrence W. Boyle. Let's talk about all the viruses, Judge Boyle, and why New York State is being allowed to poison the environment, like what they're doing to Lake Champlain. There's a good example, the Glens Falls Feeder Canal, the, let's see, the Hudson River, what's the name of that? Champlain Canal, the Champlain Canal. Let's take a look at all the canals around the United States, the Erie Canal, and all these sewage treatment plants that kind of, sort of, maybe, possibly work efficiently and aren't dumping huge amounts of sewage when nobody's looking. That's one thing they like to do when it's raining and it's in the middle of the night and nobody's watching. That's when those sewer plant operators just open the gates and let it roll. So, folks, today I'm working, so I'm a little sweaty, as you can tell. I got perspiration there, Donald Trump. I don't think I've ever seen you perspire there, Christopher Wray. You and Jimmy Comey and Robert Mueller. What did Robert Mueller and Jimmy Comey and Chris Wray do about this? Holy shit, right, America? How about, John Ashcroft and Alberto Gonzales and President George Bush? What did they do? And Bill Clinton, what the hell did you and Hillary do about any of this? While the government spews its bacteria, viruses, and chemical waste all over America. So, folks, there you have it in a nutshell today. I'm changing a tire on the van, so I better get back to it. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the new episodes of Wild, 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 and Crazy America. Hasta la vista. God bless, and you betcha we're coming back.